How you doing? I'm Tyreek. I'm gonna be going over the three segments of a family session. In the first segment, I'm gonna be working with the family on basically establishing goals and establishing a rapport and just making everybody comfortable with the idea of therapy. I know in a typical session, you would do the contracting phase and you would basically do the joining and you would make everybody aware of what is expected out of therapy or what is everybody's expectations of the therapist and out of each other. So here's the role play for the first segment. How's everybody doing? I'm glad to see everybody was able to make it out. I wanted to, I know I spoke to mom on the phone and she provided some brief background information. She let me know about each of you guys' roles in the family and let me know a little bit about what was the presenting problems and the issues going on at home. So I see here we have mom's youngest child. How you doing? A beautiful young lady. Mom should be proud. How have you been? How have you been dealing with all this stuff? Can you tell me a little bit about what you think brought you and your family in to see me today? What are your thoughts on why your family suggests and your people around you suggest that you seek therapy? Um, and here I see we have mom's oldest boy, a strong young man. I know you play sports. You gotta play sports. You gotta do something. You look so strong, and I know you're the man in the house when dad's not around, right? What are your thoughts on what brought you into the office today? How do you feel that the presenting problems and issues relate to you as far as what's going on in the family and how it affects each member? What are your thoughts? And last but not least, mom and dad. How have you guys been? You have a beautiful family. Like I said briefly, like I said on the phone, or like I said earlier, me and your wife spoke briefly about the presenting problems, and though I want to hear both of you guys in more detail, I'm more interested in hearing a little bit more from dad since I've already got mom's perspective on things. So if you could just give me your firsthand opinion on what the presenting problems are. Okay, so I recognize some common threads in what everybody is claiming is the reason that they feel that brought you guys to see me. I know uh, uh, it seems like there was a suicide attempt that has basically rocked the whole family, and it's every member of the family has different issues and different ways of dealing with the suicide attempt, and not only the suicide attempt, the drug overdose. Uh, so I think if you guys are ready to establish some goals for treatment and expectations out of treatment regarding the drug overdose and the suicide attempt, we can get started. Thank you. In the second portion, in the second segment, it asks, uh, how would you deal with bickering amongst parents? The way I would deal with it is, I guess, direct. I would try to intervene in an appropriate way by saying something like, I understand that both of you have a strong point of view regarding various issues, and both of you want to be heard. But I want each one of you to take this time to really hear what the other person is saying. I want you will get around to uh, you being able to present your rebuttal or your response. But for the initial part, when the first person's talking, I really would like the other person to really take a back seat and really try to focus on just hearing the person out and understanding the person from that point of view. And that's how I would deal with that. Uh, as far as homework, I guess the third segment is the homework, and I guess I would deal with that by saying, starting out by commending everybody on the session, like in something like, I think we had a great session. Uh, I want to go around the room and get everybody's individual uh, perspective and thoughts on the what went on in the session. I want everybody's feedback at, on what went on in the session, and then I would probably say something like, and as far as take home homework, I would like each member to try to come up with 3 to 5 positive affirmations towards each other each day until our next session. And I want you to record these affirmations that you have given the other person. And when you receive an affirmation, I would like the receiver to write down how that made them feel. I want you to explore your feelings and see how, if it made a difference in your demeanor and your feelings and all that. If it changed your day, maybe you'll be having a bad day and your sibling comes up or your wife comes up and gives you positive feedback, something that's really uplifting. And I want you to express how you felt in that moment and how that affected the rest of your day and your outlook. Thank you.